Good evening, everyone. Welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for the beautiful month of September. I'm on my last video. It is the 1st of September today. I'm excited about September. I hope that all of you are having a beautiful time in your life, and that if you have not gone on vacation, that you're planning on it, because it would be a really good month to do so. And I want to also say that I am reading for the beautiful, patient, caring, heart-centered, emotional sign of Pisces, the 12th sign of the zodiac. That usually has to wait because I do my readings as featured readings from Aries to Pisces. And I'll tell you, last month, the second half of the month's readings I do, because I'll do the first half and then I come back for the second half. Well, your reading, Pisces, your upload took, what, 3 days? I don't know that if you're new, welcome, by the way. And if you're returning, welcome as well. I love you. I do. I wouldn't, you're what makes things so wonderful for me, and for me to be able to continue with my spirituality and my, passion with tarot reading and messages that come through. And just, yeah, it's a very special time for me to do this, and I love it. And I've done it for many, many years. But maybe a lot of you didn't realize, but yes, it was over 3 days to upload the Pisces video. I just kept canceling it and then trying again after like 2 hours when it wasn't going anywhere. And I just thought, wow, like, those are the things now in my life. I do not try to fight that. There was something clearly letting me know that I was not supposed to be uploading. And I don't give up, of course. So I just said, okay, I won't. I'll just keep trying. And I have a Pisces rising, so I don't know. It was pretty powerful. And we had that Lion's Gate and just powerful Leo, and then Virgo, we're still in Virgo season, which is excellent for you, Pisces. You're polar opposite. But out of all the polar oppositions, which basically it means, here you are. Where are you, Pisces? Right here. And then here's Virgo. So it's directly across from you on the astrology wheel, but also, through the stars and the planetary, how they were set up when you were born and that sort of thing. And there's this gravitational pull that happens because you're very, very different, as is all of the other polar oppositions. First of all, you're a water sign, and of course Virgo's an earth sign. That's so spectacular for Pisceans, because Pisces are a mutable sign, and they are actually ruled by Jupiter, because that's the historical one that I like to stick with, and more modernly with Neptune. And we've had Neptune in your sign, Pisces, for some time, and it will continue there. And I know I felt it, I'll tell you. But anyway, I'm digressing as usual. I just want to say, having that polar opposition of Virgo, I've known so many couples that are Pisces and Virgo, because yes, they're very different, but they absolutely complement each other so much. And that grounded, practical side that's very, very organized and very detail-oriented is just so helpful to Pisceans, because Pisces are the mutable, boundless, no boundaries, basically, sign that just goes with the flow and just has this open heart and just wants to give and wants to create. So incredibly creative you are, and just be free to be that way, and not to be restricted, and not to have to wake up necessarily. And the fact that you are so sensitive as a water sign, and very, very capable of feeling things that a lot of people don't feel, and taking that on and taking on other energies. It's really important for you to have your own timeline, But this wonderful influence of Virgo, whether it's a relationship, of romance, or partnership and work, or friend, or whatever, you really, really work well together. And I have found that to be true in my own personal life too, with Virgos. So that's important, because we're in Virgo season. So I think it's been really helpful with a lot of the energies that have been kind of, well, let's see, by the end of this month of September, we'll have 6 of the outer planets in retrograde. So even though one of them is going to be Mercury, yes it is, we're going to start feeling it. I already am. My speech is already stumbling even more than usual. And so the shadow period of that starts like on the 6th, which happens to be the new moon in Virgo. So that's all about our intentions and our inspirations and our manifestations, which is something you're incredibly good at. Pisces, you do it all the time. And especially because you know why? You have the main ingredient I always bring up on my last message from the Oracle about bringing into our lives the lives that we want, the dreams we want, you know, the reality we want, because it's about our feeling that brings it in. And that's exactly what you do. You have so much feeling and compassion, excuse me, and caring for others that things just come your way. It's like magic, you know, they just appear because you believe it so strongly and feel it. And we have the full moon in your sign, Pisces, on the 20th. And you only get one of those a year, although we had 2 Aquarian full moons, okay? So that's what it was. It was the Aquarius full moon that affected you because, well, anything that's in the sign of Aquarius is in your 12th house. And the 12th house is your sign you're usually comfortable in, and don't get me wrong. However, it still kind of messes with us. You know, it's that subconscious. It's that part of us that kind of confines us, or, you know, the house of undoing, it's called. So I don't know, something was going on in the attempt to, you know, release your video, and just, I guess mainly, you know, the fact also that Aquarius does rule, well, Uranus, forgive me, is a ruling planet of Aquarius, which is definitely caters to technology and forward thinking and surprises and unpredictable, you know, circumstances and such, but technology in beautiful ways to help all of us, like it did during, you know, this last year when a lot of us couldn't do anything. People really started to brainstorm and come up with some phenomenal new ways in Zooming and shows and everything. So yeah, the 12th house, but not for long, because that Jupiter is going to be in your sign. It starts on the 28th of December. I can't wait, because that little stint between May 13th and July 28th in Pisces, honestly, the magic was happening. I was getting money from places that I was like, what? I didn't even believe it, to be honest. So I had to call up a couple times because I didn't want it to hit me and bite me and then you know what later. But good stuff ahead. I'm extremely happy about that. So thank you for your patience as well. Let's find, I didn't even sip this. I like to put, what is it? Noon. The tablets in my water that are good for immunity and just, you know, every day, kind of like an emergency. It's really nice. It seems to really help to hydrate. And it's been kind of one of my newer kicks, so I thought I'd share that with everybody. However, your highlight connection, which is really important because Spirit wants everybody to know that I read for, there's this particular person or energy that's going to be kind of highlighted, certainly the first, perhaps a couple weeks of September. Perhaps you're already feeling it already. I'll be curious to see. And if you don't know who this person is, or you're not actually connecting or resonating, that's okay. I read the 4 major categories for your featured sign today. And it has to do with the highlighted connection, but also all of your connections. And I just want to be able to get this uploaded for you tonight on the 1st, like I promised, because I started changing the whole regimen. It took the whole half of the month before I would do 1 sign per day, with a lot more time, and just, you know, the energy was right. And now the work situation is just really getting to a place where I got to find that balance. And that's what Libra will do. There's a lot of energies with Libra, and we're entering into the Libra season next. So it affects all of us. We have Pisces and Pisces. Let's try it again. If it does it again, I'm going to do that, because I've definitely done, there's many relationships where we're the same sign, you know, or element. It's Libra. I think I did, Libra was with Pisces. Honestly, I think you were the, I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive you were the highlighted one for Libra. Isn't that funny? Well, I love it because I'm a Libra with a Pisces rising. So, and I have so many Pisces friends, and they have been lifelong friends, and some of the most caring and compassionate friends that I've had, because they get me and they accept me, you know, and that's what I consider really good friendship. But Libra is about the balance, and we have quite a bit of energy already in Libra. We have, let's see, we have Venus in Libra, and that's the ruling planet of Libra. And it's about magic and money and relationships and love and, you know, caring and compromising and helping ourselves, working on ourselves, wanting to feel better, maybe change our hairstyle. I know I could do a thing or two with that, but I don't. And it's a really good feeling to have Venus in your sign, you know, and she takes care of you. She's very feminine. She's got that beautiful feminine quality. And like I said, it could be money. It could be all sorts of magical things that come through with Venus. And then Mercury just went into Libra, but it's going to be there an extended stay, which is because of the retrograde. So it just went into Libra yesterday, I believe, or the 30th. And it'll be there through November 5th, because it goes retrograde and then back into Libra, and then it goes into Scorpio. And then Mars will be in Libra. So all of these energies that you may have a lot of Libra in your chart, or you know someone that's a Libra, and I know many Libra and Piscean friends, and yeah, we just totally click and care about each other and laugh and talk for days and come up with amazing creative ideas and such together. What they say, you know, great minds think alike. So the 4 categories for this beautiful connection is going to start with the overall energy bringing you to the reading. So I don't know offhand if you want to check out, just for fun, you know, or remind yourself of what the latter part reading of August was. You can kind of as a, you know, what do they call that? Just a baseline. But if not, we'll just start fresh. As we enter into the month that has, you know, August. I'm tired, I'm so sorry. Autumn, fall, you know, the time change, once again a change, you know, a new environment, a new feeling, and especially for you, the feeling of things, you know, the moisture, the coolness, the breeze that's coming after the little heat waves. The inspiration, the full moon, that'll help because it'll heal things, it'll bring things to culmination. Maybe an idea that you've had that you put off for so long, you're just like, bam, it's happening. Or I'm moving to that place. I've talked about, I want to do it. And it's going to be great. It's going to be the right thing. And yes, the Mercury retrograde, they say if you can wait just like through mid-month of October, it'd be best. But you can certainly do the planning now, right? Or the resting and just kind of meditating and creating that manifestation in your mind and then making it happen. So for you, beautiful Pisces, and your highlighted connection of Libra, as well as all of your relationships, and I know you have a lot because people will gravitate towards your energy, is the, I think it's the Page of, cute little thing, Page of Swords. That would be a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. And let's face it, we have a lot of air energies that are going to be predominant in the next 200 years, but more particularly the 20 years ahead, versus all the earth that we just got out of. And earth is good for Pisces, it really is, but you're going to have air, and you're going to be able to think, and you're going to be able to have much more clarity, and you're going to be able to voice your intuitions. It's going to bring that forth for you. I think it's a good thing for a lot of Pisceans. You might want to just step out of your comfort zone, get out there and start that YouTube channel or that vlog or podcast. You know, there's so many things and a lot of things coming through with technology we don't even know yet. So make it happen. This is a new idea. It's kind of green. It's youthful. It's at its beginning stages. Or it's you being your childlike, wonderful self and, you know, laughing as much as possible and holding on to that child inside of you, the child in all of us. Especially when times are, you know, and you're feeling so vulnerable to the situations in life, you know, I mean, and wanting to heal it all, wanting it all to be better, and just to hug everybody and just say, can't we all just get along, you know, and really meaning it. But it could mean a child. It could have to do with the conversations that have been kind of in the, you know, peripheral. And it's like, wow, is this the time? I mean, why not? It's a fertile time, right? And then there's the butterfly, and that represents you to me, Pisces. It always has. The page has got this, it's time for a change. It's time for that new beginning. I could feel it in the air, you know, like the wind of change is here. So I like that. It's a message, something good. I think it's positive. Feather in the cap kind of reminds you of that youthful kind of, you know, and there's a spiritual connotation to feathers anyway. So I like that. I like that for the beginning of September. And I'd love to find out, and you can tell me and share that if you will. Helping your children. Maybe you're involved with somebody who's quite a bit younger. You go, girl or guy, whoever you are, it doesn't matter. You go. I'm having fun today. The second category is that of possible blessings or obstacles. And what you have is the King of Coins. So I don't see it as an obstacle. I love this. This is that earth energy that's extremely good for you. And it could be Virgo or Capricorn or Taurus. And as you can see, it's beautiful depictions in this wonderful star spinner tarot I'm using. There's a castle in the background and there's a rabbit. A cute rabbit who has plenty to eat. An abundance of foliage and, and just prosperous and comfortable and at peace, and just knowing, this is the life. This is what I worked for. This is what I know I deserve, and it's all here. It's all here because I'm a mature energy versus the page. King or queen, doesn't matter, male or female. Strong, very practical, very down to earth, very successful, and very much interested in the material aspects of life, and hence the incredible amount of it. Because when you work hard enough at anything, you're going to succeed and you will reap the benefits. And we are in a material world, so it is it's a beautiful feeling. And you might be involved with somebody of this nature. You may have Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo in your natal chart. In some of the placements. Doesn't hurt any. It does not hurt any. Coupled with your artistic and your creative and your psychic and healing capabilities, your spirituality, and then the grounded, aspect here, as with the Virgo energy. It's really pretty prominent. I don't see it as being an obstacle. I don't, unless you're not really into a lot of stuff. But you can be a minimalist and still be an abundant person, right? That's excellent. I like that a lot, and I like the king aspect. No mincing. And this is a generous person too. Like, they would be very willing to help you and get your feet on the ground and help you in finance or whatever it might be. That's the kind of person they are too. Because they've been there, done that. And they don't really have any needs. They just want to start maybe paying it forward. And that's absolutely beautiful, as you do. And see, it eventually comes around. It really does. Not that that's why you do it, because you're a genuine person who does it just for the sake of doing it. The third category is under the category of finances. Ooh, baby. And there you have the Queen of Swords. You've got the King of Coins and the Queen of Swords. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Strong, beautiful energies. And I, of course, as a Libra, I like having the energies in my sign or my element. But I also, as a Libra does, is always wanting to balance, and that's going to help me, especially with Mars, because Mars will just make us go crazy and do things and try to do cartwheels that I haven't done in years, and just like, whoa, stop. I don't want to injure myself. So I have to find that balance in my meditation or, in grounding myself, however that is. And I do that. And I recommend it. But conversations and possibilities and invitations and, parties and, just imaginative, wonderful, creative endeavors could be coming through. And it feels good. It feels really, really good. And Venus, art, love, beauty, the senses, all the things that are free, but are so, so important that I absolutely embrace as a part of the happiest portion of my life. I'm sure you can agree. So money looks good. Money looks good, and swords also represent higher learning and, higher institutions like medical. Okay, so medical. Go get your checkups, absolutely. That healing energy of the full moon is no joke in your sign, but it also means that if something is not 100% and you're feeling off balance and you're not feeling like, you have, you definitely want to get that checked out, and you definitely want to feel your best, because I know that about you. I know most people do. It's hard to get to that doctor, though. I am one of those people too. But it'd be worth it, and especially because, preventative is the whole idea. And it's not to say anything's wrong. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying that that could include that under finances, and you'd have the money to take care of it. Or definitely institutions of banking and things coming through that, you know, are going to help to pay and help you to invest and build another business, move into that home, that dream home, whatever, you know, add to that family aspect of it. So be careful. The rabbit could be, you know how they have, you know, they're pretty fertile. Second sign of that, all right? Don't be having a bunch of bunnies now. You know, you do what's right for you. You not try to preach. Just be aware if you don't want children, because it's telling me there's something up with that. But what I also love, and this has been happening quite a bit, well, you do have 2 swords, but you have the pentacles. Let's see if you have a cup. It represents your energy. In the final category, which is surprises and wishes. I don't know about you. I love surprises, but I prefer them to be good. And I got to be honest, I had a death in my family this past week of a very important matriarch person in our family. And yeah, wonderful, wonderful memory. Beautiful, beautiful person. And so thankfully I had that. It's gone now, right? It is just memories. And I'm hoping that he'll come and visit me in dreams. And that's also very prevalent on a full moon in Pisces, and perhaps the whole month, or your ability to have your intuition spot on is very indicated as well. And I like that. I know you do as well. It's very good for creative endeavors and such. May come through your dreams or signs, but you'll know what they are. Surprises and wishes. Oh my. Okay, so this is the craziest card. It's come out basically every reading. But for 4 in a row, it was in the same position, which was the second position. I was like, whoa, this can't, because I'm shuffling all the time. It was a very evident and important card. It's very much a part of September. It does represent the air quality once again. And that's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. However, I think it's predominantly Libra, I do. And it's about 2 choices, balancing, making your mind up. You know, they say that Libras are very indecisive. Well, we have a lot to think about. We're always trying to figure out all perspectives, all point of views. And then when we do, we make the decision. And that's the best part about this card. You know, there's the crossroads, the decision, the 2 choices, 2 people, 2 jobs, 2 ideas, what have you. One of them becomes the ace, the prominent, you know, this is happening. It's direct, it's real, it's authentic, it's very truthful and fair. And so when you do make up your mind, you will make up the right choice, and you just have to go within, right? And yeah, it's kind of like the new moon, almost a little fuller. So it's happening this month. That crossroads will be decided, and the new moon may instigate that decision, and the culmination of the full moon in your sign Pisces will definitely have the answer you need. And that's great to know, right? Just release it. Just surrender. You know it comes. So, okay, so 3 swords. Mind month. And with Virgo still very much in the play mix, ruled by Mercury. That is a mind sign. I mean, Virgos are some of the most intelligent, you know, beings on this planet. So keeping that sharp, you know. Looking into, you know, studying and continually growing your mind and expanding your ideas, and, you know, commerce and connections and meeting people, and yes, being safe, of course. But that comes into play. You can definitely go on Zoom or do ways to connect with people. So it's very much in your favor, and it's really asking you to just come out and express yourself, be heard and recognized, and be strong and empowered by it. You have things we want to see, Pisces. So that's the reading, and I'm going to finish with your 2 oracle divinations for the beginning of the month. And I've chosen this Brendan Burchard, which he's a great, well-known YouTube trainer, apparently. I did not know that. And one of my clients the other day said, oh yeah, I was in a Brendan Burchard. I'm like, wait a minute, I just pulled his deck as one of the decks. He goes, oh, I don't know anything about his decks. I'm like, oh, I didn't know anything about his training. So now I do, and she does, and they're awesome. Because it's about motivation, and that's what we need in our lives whenever possible. I want to motivate you. I love being motivated. Doesn't take much to motivate me, but seriously though, these cards are beautiful. So let me pick a beautiful message that's especially just for you and your particular love connection as well. Connections. Without self-mastery, we are slaves to fear, impulse, and conformity. With self-mastery, joy, greatness, and transcendence are ours. Well, if that doesn't sound like an incredible energy of Pisces, I don't know what does. Transcendence. I want to remember that word because I think it's very applicable to your energy. You transcend, the earthly plane a lot of times. You're usually in some other realm, and it's just, it's evident to me, and it's beautiful, and it's like you are one with that. And that's a transcendence for sure, and a self-mastery. So I love that for you. I've not picked that one. I really haven't, and I think it's perfect. So, and I hope you like your reading, and do let me know if you would, because you're that kind of person. And not if you're not interested, but I love being thumbs up, liking. It's a simple, beautiful gesture that's very supportive to channels on YouTube. Definitely sharing and subscribing, because the more subscribers, then eventually I'm going to do only this. So, I got to work up to that. It's going to take some time, apparently. And that would be so very helpful, and I appreciate it. So I'm going to put that plug in every time, because I know there's a lot of kind-hearted people that are subscribing, and they're fine. They're just like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't realize that. There's nothing, it doesn't cost anything, so it's just absolutely just a kind and caring gesture for us YouTubers. So we'll finish with your last message, and hopefully get this uploaded for you by the not too distant future. And hope you'll come back for the mid-month readings. Definitely check out your moon and ascendant, placements, and even Venus. I think that's a very important portion of us, especially since it has to do with love and relationships and, compatibility and all that good stuff. So your final message with the Super Attractor Manifestation deck, where we manifest the life we want because we believe it and feel it into existence, as I said. How beautiful. I can do less and attract more. Look at that. New moon to the full moon. Third eye, that beautiful cobalt purplish blue, which is our knowing, our psychic center, or whatever you want to call it. Third eye is just, it's what you are. It's absolutely what you are. When I first I think it must have been from this deck, because I've had it a couple years, and it's what I call my OG, because I just absolutely love it. And I believe in the law of attraction, of course. But when I started having that mindset and that change of my programming of work smarter, not harder, or I can do less and attract more, like, what a concept. Who knew? Certainly not me. Not if you want to sit for a couple hours and hear about what I've done. I just was like, wow. Especially as an aging person, I'm like, this is where I'm going. And it works. So I love that. I'm glad you got that. Take a snapshot. That can be your affirmation if you're, not quite getting in that, not quite in that mode and that feeling yet. You can bring yourself into that feeling, I promise. Say it enough times, it'll change everything from the inside out. Thank you for your time, and you are precious, and I appreciate you very much for taking the time. Have a beautiful first half of September. There's lots to have occur for us, and there's some beauty in everything, and just grab onto it and just do your total, natural, magical, transcendent energy type thing that you do, okay? And take great care. I'll talk to you hopefully in the not too distant future. Bye-bye.